All right, guys, we're here in Tallinn. We're actually at Strumi Rand, which is a beach in Estonia right now. It's super peaceful, super beautiful. And I wanted to talk about what the world's best seducers know that 99% of guys don't know. So let's talk about it. So basically, there's two kind of guys who try to learn game. There's guys who just watch YouTube videos, memorize lines, and just watch some pickup artist on YouTube. And there's guys who actually learn female psychology, learn the right dating systems, put things into practice, and really pragmatically implement the right concepts. So one type of guy watches YouTube videos and memorizes lines, and another type of guys really makes an effort to learn the best psychological principles and communication principles and actually learns the right systems when it comes to dating. And if you're the second guy, you're definitely in the right place, because today I'm going to show you what the world's best seducers have in common. Now, let's be honest, most guys approach women like they're in job interviews. They ask safe questions, no risk, no tension. They give some surface level info, and they don't actually know how to truly escalate things the right way. And then they wonder why nothing ever happens. Now, here's the truth. Game isn't about something you say. It's about the energy behind what you're saying. It is about your energy and how you make her feel. Women aren't logical when it comes to desire. They're completely emotional. So it's all about how you make her feel and not about the logical, rational facts. And you can say the same sentences in two different states. One with fear and with anxiety and with just the thoughts of, oh, will she judge me? Oh, what if I say this and then she says that and blah, blah, blah. And you're just like walking on eggshells in the conversation. Or you can say things while being grounded, while being confident in what you're saying. And the same sentence is going to come across totally differently. Now, one of the most powerful principles when it comes to game and seduction is what I call the emotional spike theory. And this is where you're taking a woman on an emotional roller coaster without her even realizing it. Because when you have a normal, flat conversations, there's flat emotions and there's no real attraction. But when you spike the conversation with a bit of tension, with a bit of teasing, with a bit of challenge, that's what creates true attraction. So for example, whenever you talk to a woman, you can always like kind of disqualify her a little bit. Like, oh, I don't know if you and I are going to get along, or oh, you look like trouble, or oh, you're such a red flag, or whatever. Just to disqualify her a little bit and to make her feel like she has to qualify to you, that you're not sold yet. And that kind of dynamic is really what's going to make her chase in the conversation. And I've been on so many boot camps. I've seen so many guys, talk to women at this point. And I can tell you that the guys who can create contrast and spike girls' emotions are going to always win over the guys who are just nice, polite, and who have like just normal, boring conversation. And it's not about the money or the looks or anything. It's really about how emotionally relevant you are. Because when you stay in the normal range of emotions and you speak normally like any other guy, then you're not going to truly stand out. But if you say something a bit outlandish or something that she wouldn't expect, that's when she's going to select you over another guy who might have more money or more looks, but who isn't as emotionally relevant. So you have to remember that the guys who can playfully create contrast in her emotions is always going to win over on the guy who just, has normal, nice, polite conversations. So that's the first thing I want to say is, emotional spiking. Now you can do this in many, many ways. You can tell stories, you can make observations like cold reads as well. Like, oh, you look like blah, blah, blah. Or, oh, you seem like you're an artist. Or, oh, you seem like you're this type of girl. And you're just cold reading or guessing things about her personality and who she is. And that makes the conversation more interesting. And even if you get it wrong, let's say you say, oh, you look so nerdy. Let's say you say that to a girl, like, oh, you look so nerdy. Well, even if she's not that nerdy, she's still gonna think like, okay, what is it about me that makes him think that I'm nerdy? And so it's actually interesting, or oh, you look like trouble. Okay, and then she's gonna ask, oh, why? What does he think that about me? And so you can always guess or make assumptions about the person. And even if you get it wrong, it's still interesting. So you can spike emotions in many ways. You can tell stories, you can tease her, you can challenge her, you can say some outlandish things, you can disagree with her. Most guys, they're afraid to disagree with girls, but actually that creates a lot of tension and attraction, disagreeing with women. Like, just state your true opinions and speak more boldly. Most guys don't speak boldly at all. They just speak normally, and they stay in the normal range of what's normal in a conversation. So just take more risk and speak your mind more often. Now, the second thing is escalation and calibration. Most guys don't really escalate physically, and they don't do it enough. Most guys wait too long to get physical with a woman. Like, as soon as I meet a woman, I start touching her. Just like, even when I say hi to her, maybe I shake her hand, or when we exchange names, like when I say, hey, I'm Limo. So let's say I say to a girl, like, what's your name? And she says, Sarah. And I say, oh, nice to meet you, Limo. Well, that's when I'm going to make a little handshake. I'm going to start touching her subtly when I say things or whatever. And so you have to gradually touch her as well. Obviously, you need to calibrate. You need to be calibrated. If you feel like she's not ready yet, maybe you keep talking a little bit more, etc. But it's super important to always, escalate things gradually. And that could be simple things, like you can ask her if she has tattoos, and then if she has one, you can touch it or whatever. Or let's say, she is tanned. Like, let's say her skin is tanned, you can say, oh, you're pretty tanned, and you brush off her skin or whatever. Or you can just ask, for example, whether she works out or not, and then you touch her bicep. Or another thing I do sometimes is, if she has nails, like if she did her nails, I will compliment her nails. I will say, oh, nice, you have beautiful nails. And then I will take her hand and like look at her hand or whatever. So little things like that are gonna allow you to escalate progressively without pushing the boundaries, and in a very calibrated way. Now, another thing that's super important when it comes to seduction, and this is something that 99% of men don't use enough, is conversational plot lines and future projections. So you need to understand that women always want to have something to look forward to. And as a seducer, you have to be kind of a dream igniter. You have to be always painting a picture of what life would look like if she follows you, if she keeps hanging out with you. And so in a conversation with a woman, I'm always gonna paint a picture that, for example, in the future, we could travel together. We could do something together, like, oh, together we could go to Paris and I can show you some stuff, or we can travel to Thailand in the winter, or we can do this. And I'm always painting a picture, not because I'm lying, most of the time, I'm genuinely wanting to travel with her if she's cool. But it's super powerful because then it shows that you're not just there to fuck her and then bounce off. You're there to actually see her again, travel with her, and spend time with her. And you're creating kind of this plot line of us being together and just traveling. And even on a subtle level in the conversation, I escalate progressively with the pronouns. So let me explain. So for example, in the beginning, in the conversation, I'm going to use more the pronoun I. For example, oh, I travel, this and that. I like to do this. I like to do that, blah, blah, blah. Then gradually, I'm going to start making the conversation about her. Like, oh, you look like you're this, or oh, you seem like you're blah, 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 or oh, you should X, Y, Z. And then at some point, I'm going to escalate it even further, and I'm going to use the pronoun we. Oh, you know what? We should do this. Or, oh, you know what? I don't think we're going to get along. Or, you know what? We should move soon because this is going to close. Or we should do an after party. And it's like a we thing. It's like a common thing. It creates like this union. It unifies me and the girl. So at first, you talk about you a little bit more, and then you talk about her a little bit more with the pronoun you, and then it's like we do things together, right? But then you can also create like plot lines, like, for example, sometimes in a club, I'm in a club with a girl, and I tell her, okay, let's pretend you're my girlfriend for the next 5 minutes. And then I start, dancing with her, and we go to the bar and I grab her a drink, and then I make out with her, and like I create a plot line that she's my girlfriend now, whatever. Or I create a plot line that, okay, you and I were gonna get married, and then I ask her friends, like, oh, would you approve of us, etc. And like, it makes it fun, it creates like a role play, a plot line, and it makes the conversation more interesting, right? Or for example, sometimes I create a plot line that, oh, we're going to travel together, pack your bags, tomorrow we go to Paris, I'm going to charter a jet, let's go, I'm going to put you in my luggage, whatever. And it creates this plot line as well. And sometimes also I ask her the color of her eyes, let's say, and let's say she has blue eyes and I have green eyes. I say, oh, we'd make a beautiful kid together, whatever. And I would just make a plot line like we're going to have a kid together. Our kid is going to be so handsome, whatever, and like just make a plot line about having kids together. It's just funny, you know? So yeah, I mean, you can even make plot lines about like, okay, if we met when we were teenagers, like you and I would cause troubles, like we would be troublemakers, something like that. Like just creating like a common role play like story. You know, that's a super powerful tool in seduction as well. That and future projection, like doing things in the future together. Like, oh, I'm going to bring you there. We're going to do this together. We're going to visit this together. Like that creates really like a better bond as well if you want to seduce her. And even if she met you just 10 minutes ago, just creating a story like that, that's fun, is going to immediately make you stand out 100 times more than any other guy that is at that venue or that she's meeting. Now, let's talk about the final part that most dating coaches or pickup guru never talks about, and that's the inner game part. And this is the key to everything else. This outer game stuff, like the plot lines, the escalation, the emotional spike, whatever, all these things, the lines, etc., that's nothing if you don't have the inner game nailed down. None of it is going to work if your identity is shaky. You see, what I've seen over and over is that the best seducers, they don't chase women. They create this gravitational pull that attracts women naturally as well. And the reason why that works is because they believe that who they are is the win, that they are the prize. They are the thing to be chased. Like they think they're valuable, they think they're the man, and from there it creates this sense of ultimate abundance that attracts women. Now there's different pillars that you need to have in terms of inner game. Number one, like you're the prize, not her. You know, if you're working on yourself, if you're putting in the work and at the gym, in your business, etc., like you're doing what 99% of guys aren't doing. So really give yourself props. Also, you're going to build confidence through competence. So if you're competent at something and you have a high level of skills in something, then yeah, you're already valuable. So you're the prize. I mean, you're a valuable person, right? So really, if you build your physique, if you're constantly learning, if you are skilled and you're providing value to the world, like give yourself props because you're the prize. Like most guys aren't like that. Now also, you lead the interaction, not her. You're at the cause, not at the effect, because most guys are at the effect, but you need to be at the cause. That's super, super important as well. And the final thing is you're open to rejection. You're not defined by it. Like rejection is just redirection, and you have a ton of options anyway. Like there's so many fish in the sea. There's 4 billion women in the world. So even if you get rejected by thousands of women, there's still plenty of women for you. So you're never too attached to a specific woman. That's also super important to have this abundance mindset. Because if you truly want to be successful with women, you need to have no fear of loss around them. Like you don't care about getting a girl or not getting a girl, because you know there's so many girls for you. You're not attached to the outcome. And when you come from that standpoint, then naturally girls are going to gravitate towards you because they know that you can replace them instantly and that you're not attached to a single outcome. You're completely non-needy. You're just in abundance. You're living your life. You know you're the prize. And then either she joins the ride or not. And people will feel that around you. They will feel, if you have a weak frame, people will feel it. So look, this is not about being flashy. It's about being grounded. It's about being polarizing. It's about being emotionally relevant and knowing how to escalate and calibrate accordingly. Now, obviously, I teach a ton of systems in my programs, inside the Dating Accelerator, inside my boot camps. I teach a lot of systems when it comes to online, with Instagram, when it comes to cold approach, when it comes to, escalating things and conducting the dates, etc., or even building a social circle. I teach so many things. But at the end of the day, core attraction isn't necessarily flashy. It's something that is within your identity first, and then there's obviously a lot of outer game stuff and little tactics, and this is what I'm showing you a little bit in this video, but ultimately it's all about the identity as well. And this is what we work on in my programs as well. In my programs, we don't work only on the outer game, we also work on the inner game. All right, so if you want to learn how to do this and you finally want to attract 1, 2, 3 amazing women every single week, or you want to have an amazing girlfriend in the next few weeks, then check out the link in the description. There's a video that explains everything, and there's also the opportunity to book a call with myself or my team. So if you want to book a call on the calendar, check it out. There's a few availabilities each week. We're going to go over your situation, we're going to go over your goals, and then we're going to create a game plan together to really get you there in the shortest amount of time. So check out the link in the description right now. And you've watched enough videos, so now it's time to step into the arena and learn the right systems. Also, if you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel and you want more videos like this, then subscribe, leave a comment, and I'll see you on the next one.